Hi friends, I am Sabu Joseph. Welcome to SBJ Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the new notification by the Ministry of Labour and Employment regarding the amendment of EPF, Employee Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme. Before going to the Italy scheme, we have to go through the EPF. If you not subscribe my channel yet, please subscribe and enable the bell icon for timely notifications. So many videos are uploading every day. Very useful videos, very practical videos. It will be very useful for you. So kindly subscribe my channel. The topics covered under this discussion will be rates of contribution under EPF, EPS and EDLI. What is Employees Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme? Features of Employee Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme. Who can claim EDLI? The calculation of insurance claim under EDLI. What are the documents required for claiming the insurance under EDLI? What are the documents required for claiming benefits under EDLI? How to claim the benefits under EDLI? And the important things to do by the employee and employer. So these are the topics we covered in this discussion. Kindly watch till end. It is very useful for you because the deposit linked insurance scheme is very important. So kindly watch till end. Don't skip. Now let's see the first topic. What are the rates of contribution by the employee and the employer to the EPF, EPS and EDLI? This is only a general information to get more clarity about the further discussion. The EPF scheme is divided into three: EPF, Employee Provident Fund, EPS, Employee Pension Scheme and EDLI, Employee Deposit Linked Insurance. Then what will be the contribution by the employee and employer? The contribution of employee towards the EPF will be 12% on what? 12% of the basic salary plus DA. So we have to calculate the EPF on the basic salary plus DA. The 12% of basic plus DA. Then what will be the EPF share of employer? The employer has to give 3.67% of basic salary plus DA towards employee provident fund. Then what about EPS? Employee pension. As far as concerned with the employee, from the employee side, there is no contribution towards EPS. The employer will be given 8.33% of basic salary plus DA or rupees 1,250, whichever is less. So the EPS will be given by the employer only. So both the employee portion and the employer portion will be 12% and 12%. How it will be? The EPF share of employee will be 12% and the employer's share of contribution towards the EPF will be 3.67% and towards EPS 8.33. So the both will be coming to 12%. So both the employee and the employer has to provide 12% each. Then what about the third component, EDLI? There is no contribution towards EDLI by the employee. The employer has to give 0.5% of share or a maximum of rupees 75. So the EDLI charges will be given by the employer only. There is no contribution by the employee. This is the structure of employee provident fund. Now move to the second point. What is Employees Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme? Employees Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme or EDLI is an insurance cover provided by the EPFO for private sector salaried employees. The next point is very important. The registered nominee receives a lump sum payment in the event of the death of the person insured during the period of service. This is very important. So all the EPFO members are eligible for the insurance coverage in the case of death of the insured person. This Employee Deposit Linked Insurance Scheme is applied to all organizations registered under the Employees Provident Fund and the Miscellaneous Profession Act 1952. All such organizations must subscribe to the scheme and offer life insurance to their employees. So the one important point we have to remember is all the EPF members are eligible for the Italy scheme, and if any death happens, the nominee or legal heir of the insured person will get an insurance benefit that we will discuss in the coming session. Then let's see what are the features of employees deposit linked insurance scheme. The first thing is the Italy applies to all the employees with a basic salary under rupees 15,000 per month. With the effect from 28th April 2021, the EPFO has increased the maximum benefit to 7 lakhs. There is no need for the employees to contribute to Italy. Their contribution is required only for EPF. There is a bonus of rupees 1,50,000 available under the Italy up to 27th April 2021. And with the effect from 28th April 2021, the bonus is increased to 2.5 lakhs. So the minimum assurance amount will be 2.5 lakh with the effect from 28th April 2021. Any organization that has more than 20 employees need to register for EPF. That is the mandatory requirement. Therefore, any employee who has an EPF account automatically become eligible for the Italy scheme. If an employer can opt for another group of insurance scheme, yes, they can, but the benefits must be equal to or more than those offered under Italy. As per the provisions of the Italy, the contribution of an employer must be 0.5% of the basic salary plus DA or a maximum amount of rupees 75 per employee per month. So these are the features of employees deposit linked insurance scheme. Now come to the main topic. What is the amendment in the employee deposit linked insurance scheme during the year 2021, and what is the notification issued by the Ministry of Labour and Employment on 28th April 2021. This is the notification issued by the Ministry on 28th April 2021. So this new Italy scheme will be effected from 28th April 2021. So what is in the notification? In the notification, it is saying that some of the calculations of Italy scheme will be amended. That is, for the words 30 times, the words 35 times shall be substituted. Before going deep to the notification, we have to understand the calculation of Italy scheme up to 28th April 2021 and after 28th April 2021. Who can claim the insurance amount under Italy? The registered nominee will receive a lump sum payout in the event of the death of the insured person. If no nominee or beneficiary is registered, then the amount would be paid to the legal heir with effect from 28th April 2021. So kindly advise all the employers and all the EPF members to get registered the nominees to the EPF portal. Then only your nominee will get the claim. So kindly provide all the details for the nomination to the employer. The employer will update the nomination form, or from the employee portal, the EPF member can do the nomination and the employer can approve it. So either the employee can do it or the employer can do it. Now let's see the calculation of claim under Italy scheme up to 28th April 2021 and after 28th April 2021. What is the notification says? How it is calculating as per the old scheme. Under the old scheme, 30 times of the average monthly salary in the last 12 months of employment or maximum of 15,000 will be considered. The first point. So 30 times of the average monthly salary of last 12 months or maximum 15,000 will be considered. So how can we calculate it? The claim amount will be 30 into average basic salary or maximum 15,000 plus 50% of average balance in EPF account or a maximum of rupees 1,50,000. Here two conditions are there. 30 into average basic salary of 12 months or 15,000 plus 50% of the average balance in PF account or maximum of 1,50,000. So the amount will be 30 into 15,000. It is coming to 4,50,000 plus 1,50,000. So the total benefit amount will be 6 lakh. Under the old scheme up to 28th April 2021, the maximum amount capped to 6 lakhs. Let's see an example for getting more clarity of the old scheme. If the average salary is 12,000 and average balance in PF 1,20,000, what will be the yearly benefit amount? Now the assurance amount will be 30 into 12,000 plus 50% of 1,20,000 which is available in the PF account. So 30 into 12,000 plus 60,000. So the assurance amount will be 4,20,000. Now come to the new scheme with effect from 28th April 2021. What is the difference with the old scheme and new scheme? Under the old scheme, 30 times of average 12 month salary will be considered. But in the new scheme, in the new amendments, 35 times of the average monthly salary in the last 12 months of employment or 15,000 will be considered. So the 30 times will be replaced by 35 times in the new amendment. Now let's see the calculation, how the amount will be calculated. In the same example, the yearly benefits amount will be 35 into average basic salary or maximum of 15,000 plus 50% of average balance in EPF account or maximum of 1,75,000. Under the old scheme, up to 28th April 2021, the maximum amount was 1,50,000. With the effect from 28th April 2021, the maximum amount will be 1,75,000. So these are the two changes. The 30 times will be replaced by 35 times. The maximum amount of 1,50,000 will be replaced by 1,75,000. Now see the calculation. So the amount will be 35 into 15,000. It will be 5,25,000 plus 1,75,000. So under the old scheme, the maximum amount capped to 6 lakh, and under the new notification with effect from 28th April 2021, the maximum amount capped to 7 lakhs. So the nominee or legal heirs of every employee will get 7 lakh rupees if death happens to the EPF member. Let's see the same example. What will be the difference? We can see the average salary rupees 12,000 and average balance in PF will be 1,20,000. So the assurance amount will be 35 into 12,000 plus 50% of 1,20,000. It is coming to 4,80,000. Under the old scheme, the assurance amount will be 4,20,000. Now with effect from 28th April 2021, that assurance amount will be 4,80,000. Minimum assurance of benefits shall be 2,50,000 with the effect from 28th April 2021. So these are the changes happened in the amended ETLI scheme with the effect from 28th April 2021. Then what are the documents required for payouts under ETLI? What are the documents we have to submit for getting the insurance benefit under ETLI? The first one is the nominee or legal heir has to give a duly completed Form 5 IF to the EPF commissioner. The second is death certificate of the insured person. Third is succession certificate in the case of legal heirs file the claim. Fourth one, guardianship certificate if the claim is filed on behalf of a minor by a person other than the natural guardian. Fifth one, a copy of cancelled check for the account in which the payment is to be received. So these are the documents required for claiming the benefits under ETLI scheme. Now how to claim the benefit under ETLI? The benefits can be claimed by the nominee or legal heir of the insured person. If no nominee was registered, then the family members or legal heirs can apply for the same. The benefits can be claimed by the nominee specified by the insured person. If no nominee was registered, then the family member or legal heirs can apply for the same. The deceased person should have been an active contributor to the EPF scheme at the time of his death. ETLI Form 5 IF has to be duly completed and submitted by the claimant. The claim form has to be signed and certified by the employer. If the employer not certifying or signing the documents, what will happen? If there is no employer or the signature of the employer cannot be obtained, the form must be attested by any of the following: by a bank manager in whose bank branch the account was maintained, the local MP or MLA, gazetted officer, a magistrate, member or chairman or secretary of a local municipal board, postmaster or sub-postmaster, member of the regional committee of EPFO or CBT. So they can also attest the claim form. The claimant must submit all the documents along with the completed form with the regional EPF commissioner's office for processing the claim. At last, some important things to do and keep it in mind by the all employees who covered under EPF. It is very, very important. First one, file a nomination form online. This is very, very important and very, very must. If you not filed the nomination form yet, please go to online EPF member portal, give the nomination form. If you have no password of the member portal, please go to the employer, request them to file the nomination form. Second thing is, inform your family about Italy scheme, because the family members also should aware of this scheme. We are covered under the EPF and we are eligible for the benefits under Italy scheme, but the family members also should understand the scheme and everything. Then only they can move further for claiming the Italy benefit. So kindly inform your family members about the EPF and Italy scheme. And the third is, keep a file or record at home having all details of your EPF. If the family members have no EPF details, what they can do? They have to go to the employer. So at your home, keep a file or record of EPF, ESI, everything. These are the three things to be done by the employee. By the employer, they have to do one favor. When an employer exits an employee who has passed away, the reason for exit should be selected death in service. So this is the only thing to do by the employer while exiting the deceased employee. So these are the new. So under the new amendments, only two things are changed. The 30 times of average salary is increased to 35 times. 1,50,000 is increased to 1,75,000. If you really like the information, please like and share to your friends and colleagues who has covered under the EPF scheme. So many videos relating to income tax, EPF, ESI, accountancy, Microsoft Excel are available in my channel. So go to my channel. You can see all the videos relating to online filing and the practical accounting ways. You can simply understand the day-to-day work to be performed by an accountant. So kindly watch the videos. You can study and understand the things to perform more better as an accountant. All the videos are segregated to playlist. So you can select the videos from the playlist also. Around 8 videos relating to income tax, 18 videos relating to online filing, and 38 videos relating to Microsoft Excel, and the +1, +2 classes are also available in the channel. If you really like, please like and share my channel, and please subscribe my channel and enable the bell icon. You will get important notifications at a real time. We can meet on a next valuable video. Till then, bye.